The biggest thing I missed when switching from Notion to Obsidian was the ability to make attractive yet useful dashboards. I loved having little snapshots of notes and projects right at my fingertips, and this just wasn't as easy to do in Obsidian. The introduction of Canvas files went a long way towards creating dashboards in Obsidian, but they lacked the visual excitement I got from Notion. Plus, Canvas files are super finicky on mobile. However, thanks to a few helpful community plugins, we can now get pretty close to replicating Notion's dashboard aesthetic. In this video, I'll show you how to create a Notion-like dashboard inside of Obsidian, so that you can keep on top of your most important notes and projects. So I'll be demonstrating how to build this dashboard inside of my Task Manager vault that I have been building up over the course of a few of my videos. If you'd like to be able to follow along with me, you can actually find download links for the vault in the description below. So we're going to need to install a couple of community plugins. So let's go to the settings. We're going to go to community plugins, go to browse. We've already got one of the plugins, which is the Data View plugin, installed in this vault. The other one that we're going to need is one called Pixel Banner. It's right here. We're going to go ahead and install it and enable. And it's going to come up with this little what's new banner. You can just dismiss that. And then we're going to go into the options. Now, this plugin has a lot of options. I'm not going to be going over each one. There's just so many of them. I'm just going to adjust a couple of them. We're going to go first to this content start position. I want to change this to be 400. The reason being is because the banner height, as you can see down here, is 350. I want all of my content to be below the banner. That's how it is in Notion. If I didn't set this to 400, the banner, the content would overlap the banner and can kind of make things hard to see depending on the colors of the banner. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to make the border radius 0. Otherwise, it will have rounded edges. You could keep that. I prefer to have it off for right now. I'm also going to scroll down to the default banner icon X position. And I'm going to take this slider and I'm going to move it over to 0. That way the icon is as far to the left as it will go. So that's all I'm going to do inside of the Pixel Banner settings for right now. We're going to close that. And now I'm going to create my dashboard note. So hit the new note button and we're going to type in dashboard, hit enter. And as you can see here up in the left corner, there's like this tag looking button. This is the button that allows us to be able to add a banner via the Pixel Banner plugin. But before I do that, I want there to be a folder where I'm saving all of the images that I'm using inside of this vault. So I'm going to create a new folder, and we're going to call it _extras. And then real quick, I need to go to settings, files and links, and default location for new attachments is going to be in the folder specified below. I want it to be extras. So I'm going to close the sidebar, get it out of the way, and then I'm going to click this tag button. And it allows you to be able to search for images that are already in your vault, or you can upload a new image. So we're going to upload a new image, and I'm going to grab my Creative Labs banner here, open that up, and it has a default of pixel banner images for the folder to save these attachments to. I just created the extras folder, so that's where I want it to go. The file name is fine that way. We're going to hit save. And now this dashboard has a banner image. So you can see I've got a little bit of a fade going on here. If we go back over into our settings, and go down to Pixel Banner, we can adjust that fade. If you like it fading like that, you can keep it like it is. If you want it to not fade, you move this all the way over to the right hand up to the 100, and then that will have no fade on it. I'm actually going to go back to the default real fast because I want to see what it looks like in dark mode. Because this is a light banner, it's not really showing up very well for us. So I'm going to go back over to appearance. Base color scheme I'm going to change to dark. So let's see what that looks like. So that's what the fade looks like on this banner here. It actually doesn't look too bad. Let's just, for the heck of it, let's see what it looks like without the fade. So Pixel Banner, the banner fade, we're going to turn that up to 100. As you can see, it's a solid line now, which is much more like what it is inside of Notion. So we're going to keep it like this. So now we've got a banner image. Another thing that we can do is add an icon, just like you can in Notion, and that's done by clicking on this star here. You can search for emojis. For now, let's do this smiley face. And now we have a smiley face icon. It puts it in the same position as it does inside of Notion. So right now this banner's taking up quite a bit of real estate. It's not going to be useful to me if I have to keep scrolling down in order to be able to actually see the dashboard information. So we're going to go back into the settings again of Pixel Banner, and we're going to adjust the banner height. So let's reduce it by 100, and with that we can reduce this down just 300. So now that's taking up a lot less room, and it is getting cut off a little bit. We can adjust the position of the banner inside of here. Can set the image vertical position to be a little bit higher up. Let's go to 60 or so. Let's go just a little bit more up. So let's go to 70 and see what that looks like. Okay, maybe a bit too far. It's a bit of a trial and error here. Let's go to 65, closing that. And that looks pretty good. I've got it all inside. So now we've got our banner in place and our icon. We're starting to look a little bit more like Notion now. Let's get some widgets in place. I'm going to go ahead and collapse the properties to get those out of the way. In this vault, I've already set up a dashboard using a Canvas file. Inside of that, I had a few data view queries that I was using to get these different project files pulled in. I'm just going to go ahead and use those same queries here. So let's go ahead and open up that dashboard. It's this projects dashboard. And I'm going to start with the active projects. Just so we're aware of what this is doing, let's go ahead and zoom in a bit so we can see this query. Query is we're creating a table. We have a column of area and a column of deadline. We're grabbing all of the projects that have the tag of project where the status equals active, and we're sorting by the deadline descending. We actually want to do ascending because that way the oldest or the project that's due soonest will appear first. So yeah, there we go. So let's go ahead and copy that data view query. We're going to go back over to the dashboard. And for this, I'm going to use Obsidian's callouts to make kind of a nice looking box for this to live in, nice looking widget. Do a call out, we just do a greater than sign and then some square brackets, an exclamation mark, and I want my call out to have like a little check mark, so we're going to say check. We're going to say active projects for the title, and then we're going to paste this. We need to make sure that each of these lines has that greater than sign in front of it, and voila, we now have this active projects widget that looks really nice. And if we want to be able to edit the code of it, we can just click on this edit this block. Now, if we wanted to, going back into here, Obsidian callouts can be made to be collapsible. So we can put a little plus next to the check, and now we have this little downward arrow here, and I can click on that and it will collapse that. So maybe we don't want to have all of these different widgets open at the same time, we can make them collapsible like that. If you wanted it to be collapsible or collapsed by default, you could just do a minus there, and then it's collapsed by default. So if there's something that you don't need access to all the time, but it's nice to have that you want there, you can do it collapsed. I want this to be open by default, so we're going to put the plus back in. All right, now I'm going to create a widget for the other status of project, which is holding tank. Let's go back over to the project's dashboard, and we're going to just move over here, click on this, and this query is virtually the same as the one that we had before. We definitely want that to be ascending. The status is holding tank this time instead of active, so we're going to copy that, go back over to our dashboard. We're going to create another call out. This one I'm going to put as example, because it puts like a little list icon next to the title, and this is going to be holding tank. These are the projects that we are not yet working on, they're not active. Go in and make sure that all of these have that caret, and now we have our holding tank widget. The holding tank one, I do want it to be collapsed by default because we don't need to see what's in it all the time. So we've got a pretty nice looking dashboard going here. The one thing that we can't do without getting into some CSS code is being able to put these widgets side by side. That's something that you can do in Notion, but you can't do that by default in Obsidian. So that's why it is nice to have the ability to collapse things. I want to add one more widget in here. This one will not be based on a data view query. This is just going to be some links to other files inside of our vault. Inside of this vault in particular, I have this series of utility files that have different views. This vault has a plugin called Tasks that is a plugin that will aggregate all the different tasks throughout the vault and based on different queries. So if I go into this today view, for instance, this is a utility file that pulls in all of the tasks that are due today or before today. So we've got quite a few in here that we haven't done yet. And I want to be able to link to these different utility files from our dashboard. So going back to the dashboard, I'm just going to go above active projects, and then we're going to create another call out. Let's do TLDR. That gives us a little clipboard icon to the side of the title, and this is going to be links. And then I'm just going to create backlinks to these different things. So we're going to say inbox, today, upcoming, deadlines, anytime, someday. Needs to be a link. So hit enter twice, and now we have this nice links widget that has links to all these different utility files that we want to work in. And with the links, this is another one that I feel like should be collapsed by default. And now we've got the makings of a nice looking Notion-like dashboard inside of Obsidian. So if you decided not to follow along with me by downloading the vaults as they were before we added this, I'm going to include this vault, a link to this vault as well, so you can download this just as is. And that way all of this stuff will already be set up for you. Once again, the link for that will be in the description below. Thank you so very much for watching. If you're interested in seeing the progression of this Task Manager Vault, check out my project management playlist.